wrote in chat, you guys make some shitty cookies, and now you feel all gung-ho about making a goddamn quiche.
Hey, I thought we did pretty well, Brittany. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you didn't hear.
Yeah. Hey, write a murder mystery without ever trying.
Somebody thought that my cookie was as good as you can make.
Yeah, they thought that Joe stole Otterbeins.
Yes.
They
put
called
them
me
on the
Otis
table.
Spunkmeyer.
Yeah,
Brittany was watching my story the whole time, just basically saying, this guy's the biggest idiot of all time.
And welcome to the DLP Agenda. I'm Justin Schlegel, Rob Mayer, Joe Robinson. Thank you to all of you, the most important people in the DLP Agenda universe. You, dear followers, listeners, friends of the program. We've added a new family member, and one that we're so proud to now have in the DLP universe. You know how much we love our Randolph Rice Mirthoposaurus. You'll know that Count Randolph is not here tonight. We're grabbing a beautiful new hanger on thing for his portrait.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. It was a little cattywampus. Randolph, if you're watching tonight, we love you, we adore you just as much. We feel like your portrait needs to be paid better attention
Treated
to.
with a greater degree of respect.
Exactly. But we would love to thank GRB Roofing, the newest sponsor of DLP Agenda.
Yeah.
Henry and Company, thank you so much to GRB Roofing, grbroofing.com. These guys got an amazing Better Business Bureau ranking. They have done hundreds, 700 plus roofs, commercial, residential, industrial, 65 years of collective experience. It's not just roofing. They could do decks. They could do sidings. They want you to
everything that we can't physically do.
Everything I can't do
on the exterior of the home. By the way, look at the reviews. You know how you'll see a really, I think it's like 4.9.
Yes.
It's exactly that, because, when we got this, I'm like, well, we shouldn't just let somebody be a sponsor. We should look into them. And I go to Google, there's 116 reviews, 4.9 stars. Amazing.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It's 4.9, but it's not like 3 reviews. It's 116.
Yes.
This isn't like a new upstart thing. Like I said, This is 65 plus years of experience. All of you have been on this shithole journey of my home. They will be being contacted soon enough after the roof that I had put on by what I'm pretty sure is a team of cokeheads earlier. I'm going to have them about 8 or 9 years ago. No, I had a team of tweakers put a roof on my house. How long do you think it should take a roof to be put on a home? How long do you think it should take from the moment they arrive?
Oh, I was going to say 2 days.
To the moment they arrive to the moment they left.
I would say a week.
Think about a week. You've seen my home, so you've seen my roof.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you say?
I thought it would be 2 days.
7 hours. They went up on my
roof. Real thorough.
Rip it down, get rid of it, and put it up. And ever since then, plenty of leaks, plenty of shit, which is why this was almost like the universe brought GRB into my world. So Henry, if you're nasty, everybody at GRB Roofing, GRB, call 443-699-6192.
Could do for us is to sponsor our sponsors. That's what you
yes.
do.
So there you go.
If you slip and fall, you better call Rice Mirthoposaurus.
Yes.
If you need a new roof, you better call
GRB Roofing, baby.
What if you need a table? Look at this,
if
everybody.
You need a
Look
table,
at this thing, huh? Gorgeous.
This, huh? So, made from real orphan bone.
My buddy Tim Shacknook made this table for us.
New friend of the year.
It's named after a Dave Matthews song, but I can't remember.
It's called Satellites.
I want to get rid of this.
Right. Yeah. That's right. What would you say?
Yeah. It's called Ants Marching Tables.
No, it's not that. What's it? Something Street. What's that song? Right? Hold on.
Where the streets have known.
Is it named after the former Dave Matthews Band violinist that was caught smelling another violinist's socks and jacking off into them?
That's exactly
Gray Street.
Gray Street.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's like Gray Street Woods. I don't know.
Yes.
Tim, I'm going to do better by you.
Tim, it's amazing. It's gorgeous.
This is incredible.
It's solid. We've got our cups here from Brittany. We're not going to spill things.
Even though I don't remember the name of your company, Gray Street Woods.
Under the Table and Dreaming.
Gray Street. Katie,
thank you,
what
Randolph
is it? Gray
Rice.
Street what?
Gray Street Design.
Gray Street
Design.
Gray Street
Katie's about
Designs.
to join us. Do the lights? Do we want that off?
So again, thank you to Tim, Gray Street. Thank you to GRB, and thank you to Rice Mirthoposaurus, who, by the way, we hope you listen to the ads. We hope you engage with our clients, with all of our advertisers. There's going to be a special discussion about the Rice Mirthoposaurus commercial in this episode.
Yes, there is.
So we got to get to the get. And this is our episode? This is our 1 year?
This is exact 1 year since we rebranded to the DLP Agenda.
Yes.
We did the bake-off today. If you've been following
Thank you, Katie.
The DLP Agenda, Instagram, Facebook, on mine as well. We've been keeping track, sort of documenting. We had this idea a few weeks ago. Could we if just given a task, a thing to cook, to bake, could we make it without looking up any ingredients, without knowing anything, the time, the temperature? Can we just figure it out? And today at 1 p.m., Katie gave us our task. We had no idea beforehand. It's a classic as you get. Chocolate chip cookies. Every one of you has enjoyed hundreds of chocolate chip cookies in your day. Most of you have probably baked them, or at least you've been in the room when someone's baked them. Myself, Joe, and Justin all attempted to do this today. We're going to put this on a nice little package eventually on TikTok and YouTube. But right now, it's all over our Instagram, our stories and stuff. There's a picture of all three of the cookies. We just had Katie and her dad, Frank, do the taste test. They've tasted them each. We don't know who the winner is. We know that none of them look like winners. I can tell you that.
One of them looks like an absolute loser. And earlier, Katie was who decided to spearhead and pick what we were going to make. And it could have been anything from a blueberry muffin. It could have been a savory dish. I talked about maybe a lasagna. And I have to say, elegant pick.
Yeah,
perfect.
Pick.
Yes.
It's identifiable. There's enough ingredients in it that it's more than a standard toast with butter.
Everybody knows what it should taste and look like.
Everybody knows what it should
Except
taste
for us,
and look like.
apparently.
I will read the text sent by Katie so everybody kind of understands the parameters of this.
Okay, yes.
It says the rules for your cooking challenge were no cheating, no use of recipes allowed, so do not look at any packages when you grocery shop. It'll be obvious if you do cheat in the end, believe me. And I think as we all sit here, no one cheated. Bring your finished product with you early enough so it can be judged. It will be judged on both overall taste and how close it looks to normal shit. Make sure there is enough for everyone to try some and do your best. Now, there is one thing, and this
do your best.
Do your
Ariel said, "Oh, that first one was ugly."
Do your best to document the shopping and cooking process.
Yes.
All of us did, by the way. We're going to pour all this video into a big pot. We're going to make a YouTube video.
I'm impressed that they actually look like cookies.
Thank you, Robbie.
You should be here. You should be here in person.
All right. So, do we want to just get to the whole thought process and the scoring and your
thoughts,
Katie's thoughts, or do we want to talk about our journey to get to where we got to?
Where do we start? So she tells us chocolate chip cookies. I immediately, speaking personally first, I live with a baker, a cake decorator. I had everything I needed at home. I needed to pivot a little bit because I thought I had chocolate chips. I had a tiny sprinkle left, so I had chocolate chunks. But I had, and I'll be completely honest, when everything was done and my cookie was finished and it was in the container, I went and looked at a chocolate chip cookie recipe. Like, okay, let's see how close I came. Oh, shit. I mean, I missed wide right.
One time, upstairs, Justin said, he goes, oh, yeah, I didn't put butter in it.
Yeah.
You know what sucks, too? I had butter.
Yeah.
I set it out like, oh, I'm going to make a video. You'll see. I took butter out. I forgot to put it in.
Is there anything that's baked that doesn't have butter in it?
So do you want me to read what is in a chocolate chip cookie recipe?
Yes.
And
Okay.
then you
do you have the
me-
measurements
Put your hands
too?
up.
I do.
Okay. Say, obviously, I'm trying to take care of the YouTube viewers, but the podcast listeners instead. We'll go down the line. Joe, myself to Rob. Once you read the ingredients, Katie, please.
Okay. 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, I think you all used flour.
I used all-purpose flour.
Did I use all-purpose?
I used
And
all-purpose
I
flour.
used about that much.
I
About
used
2.5
about
cups.
I used about a cup and a half, 2 cups.
I used 1 cup.
I used about a
Okay.
cup and a half.
I did trial and error, and I started small, and then I eventually thought I needed a bigger flour to sugar ratio, which I don't know if was right.
So far, so good.
1 cup, which is 2 sticks of butter softened.
Okay.
I used, the first time I did it, I just threw the butter in there. The second time I melted it.
No butter.
Okay. I had softened butter, but not. I think I needed about 30% more than what I put in.
I needed 100% more.
I kept
than what I
adding
put in.
butter, but so I think I didn't have enough butter, but I had at least.
Neither did I. You
I
had
yeah.
more butter than I did.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which was 0.
So this next one's interesting because I was in the same room while Joe was kind of talking about how much of everything he was putting
Right.
in.
Okay.
So if there's 2.25 cups or 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, you need 3/4 of 1 cup of granulated sugar.
Oh.
Joe did a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
My original batch, I did other things, but I did do 1-to-1, and then I thought I think it's 2-to-1.
But when I made my first batch, it wasn't sweet enough.
Okay,
So-
remember what you just
Mhm.
said too, because I wanted you to put a pin in that. We're gonna get back to the first batch discussion.
Okay,
Okay,
right.
But that's after the ingredients.
Mhm.
We
Right,
want to
right.
keep this rolling. Me, handful in.
Yes. You know,
I salt
He's-
bait.
So-
I
By the way-
sugar bait that.
baking is the only thing that's precise. It's not
Yeah,
like you're just
100%.
it's not making a stew or you just
So,
season to taste.
2
Yeah.
cups of semi-sweet chocolate morsels. You guys all, I would say
Chocolated
Justin
it
went.
up.
We'll get there, but I think he went a little heavy on the chocolate.
I had some morsels, some chunks.
I was just adding as I went along. I wasn't really measuring.
All right.
I did the same.
Did anyone do the vanilla?
I did.
I
I did
didn't-
vanilla extract.
Nope.
I didn't at first, and then I opened up the thing, and that's when I remembered I put it in the second. batch.
I added and then I decided to add more.
Okay.
I was just
nothing.
adding small amounts, like
Here's some
teaspoons.
Zero.
here's some things I don't think anyone had in there. A teaspoon of baking soda.
I had
Absolutely
baking
not.
powder.
No, no.
I didn't know baking soda or baking powder. I just got powder.
A
I made a
teaspoon
disc
of
of bread.
teaspoon of salt.
I
No
thought
salt.
about salt. I did have part of my
No
butter was
salt.
salted butter.
None.
3/4 of a cup of brown sugar.
I bought brown
No.
sugar.
Absolutely.
My
not.
first batch, I had made it with brown sugar, and then I thought maybe that's wrong, so I should have probably added that.
Well, hold on. That means that if you're using sugar and brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup, that's a cup and a half. So it's about 2 to 3 should be your flour to sugar ratio.
Yeah, I ended
right?
up adding
Okay.
sugar. I my original thing, I thought I needed brown sugar, and then I pivoted, which I probably shouldn't have.
2 large eggs.
Got the eggs.
I ended up with
I used 1 egg.
I
Nice.
think I have 4 eggs. by the
I
end.
also used 1 egg and I did the whole thing, and there might be some shell in it.
So
Like
Yeah.
a little
that's
bit.
it. But I think the process was, did you guys just throw everything into the bowl and mix it? Or did you do dry
Yes.
ingredients, wet ingredients?
I did dry and wet. My first batch, I thought I might need milk, and then I realized that was wrong. But I did. I was putting flour, baking powder, sugar, originally brown sugar, and then I had another bowl with the eggs and the vanilla extract. I stirred that up. Then I put the butter in with I softened the butter. I kind of laid it out. I put it in with the batter. The first batter I knew was wrong. The batter started to look like a normal batter, and I would taste it because you always did that as a kid. I know there's eggs in it that are raw, but it did. I guess I should have put the brown sugar back
So
in.
one thing I will say is, at one point Joe went and he got water and he added water to it,
Yeah.
which I thought was odd.
I
And
did add
Yeah.
almond milk to mine.
That's so weird. And then he put in an egg and he goes, "Oops." He said, "Oops, I added the yolk," as if it was only supposed to be the whites. But the last thing I'll say is, you're supposed to bake it at what? What did you all bake it at, and for how long?
I did 400, and I felt like it was burning the round. I was doing 350 for like 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. So I did put the water in it, and it made it very.
There's me pouring almond milk into mine. This will be on this. There's just me pouring almond
So
milk into
Rob, I see. Here's the thing.
it. I stir it. It's paste.
When Katie has some reviews of this.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And I definitely thought mine was going to be better than Rob's, but now as Rob's describing it, he sounded like you had everything in there.
Well, I didn't have the brown sugar. I originally had that, and then I will say this at the end, I felt like they weren't sweet enough.
So for one point, Joe put it in there at 450, and
Yeah.
I was very concerned.
I was at
Yeah.
350 for about 10 to 12 minutes.
My house didn't smell like grandma's homemade baked cookies.
Mine
It smelled
smelled like burnt sugar
like
and
a
chocolate.
crematorium. It smelled like the
Oh.
oven was cleaning itself.
That's not good.
So when I kept saying I put everything in at 350, you guys would ridicule me. That's why I thought it needed to be more.
I wanted you to burn yours.
Well,
I
I
actually went
remember.
with 350.
I remember I've made chocolate cookies like when you buy the
Buy the
pre-made.
tube and you split
and
them out. Or
I
scoop
feel
them.
like they were telling me 350 for like
Three-
15 minutes or something.
It does say 375, 9 to 11
okay.
minutes. So
All
you're on
Okay.
par there. So that's
Oh,
Really?
375.
And I was watching mine the whole time, and I'm like, golden brown, you motherfuckers, and nothing. They
Yeah.
started to rise, and I went in there with a little spatula and lifted one up. There was no stick.
Mm.
Nothing was sticking,
yeah.
but
You're
mine
I
are
use a non-stick
so
spray
heavy.
on aluminum.
you
I did
are-
think 375 might have been it. Towards
I
the
use
end.
parchment
Yeah.
on my sheet to
Okay.
hopefully keep some stuff from sticking. It's like a wax
no
parchment.
no spray, no cooking spray.
No spray, just went
All
parchment.
right.
You're supposed to separate the wet and dry ingredients and eventually whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Nope.
Overall, we'll get to the results. My dad is actually upstairs. I
Hell
think
yeah.
he's watching.
Shout out, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
He came over. He didn't really know what he was coming over for. I asked him to come over. I also asked my nephew, but he couldn't. He had better things to do. And we tasted them all.
Okay.
He made a pretty big declaration too.
Yeah. So personally, I'll get into mine, but I'm not completely disappointed. I'm a little disappointed in all of them.
Can I tell you the one thing
Well, I
I
hope you be
realized
some disappointment.
Yeah.
You're not good.
that this was not in the rules, so that this is not an infraction on you guys. But when you started making yours, and I realized what you two were doing, is that you all made multiple batches and adjusted.
We talked
and
about that.
I don't remember talking
talked
about
That's
it.
why we
Multiple
said we wanted to
batches.
move it up
Yeah,
earlier
we
in the
talked about it
day.
last
I
week.
thought it was just to be able to get ingredients, get home.
Listen.
I mean, my window to do shit is
Yeah.
about just a nun's cunt hair thin. So I had enough time.
So you would have added butter on the second batch.
I would have started to be like, okay, these aren't great. What am I forgetting? But
No
the
more
butter,
almond milk.
the
Yeah.
butter was on the counter. I
Yeah.
forgot to. You guys are like doing research and fucking development. First thing I made is the first thing you're eating.
Well,
so
we
you
talked
guys,
about
you're
it.
eating
Yeah.
like version 3 and 4. Mine is truly
Right.
the most honest of all
Yeah.
three of
Yes.
us.
Well, okay, right. But we discussed.
Really,
Katie's
it's the
making a
most
face.
honest of the
we
most.
discussed.
I've been dragged since the minute I fucking got here.
We
So
discussed.
it's like JSS, but at night for way less pay.
we discussed doing it multiple times, and we were
Fuck
also.
this show.
But we were also doing it in.
It's a new table.
We were also doing it
I think you're
in the
yes.
in the chat in our text string.
What's that?
The
We were
second-
showing-
we were
Yeah, yeah.
showing the other
Yeah.
batch.
Oh, I know. When I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
you, you're like, wait a minute, we're doing multiple
Justin,
batches.
your first batch was better than mine. 100.
We're doing multiple.
easily better than
When I
mine.
saw we're doing multiple batches, I'm like, oh well, goddamn.
Well, I thought that's more entertaining because you want to see us trial and error and try
Yeah.
to figure this shit
Well,
out.
let's hear the reviews.
Yes.
So I'll start with mine. We did it by cookie A, cookie B, cookie C.
Okay.
Should I tell you which cookie is which,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
should
yeah.
I? Okay.
Okay.
So cookie A is Justin's cookie.
Okay.
For overall taste, I did give it a 1. It was
A 1 out of
sorry. It says 1 through 5.
Okay.
5
okay.
being
A 1 out of 100.
5 being great, 1 being not good.
Not good at all.
I
By the
could
way,
have I could have
okay.
scored a 0.
you could.
Here's the deal: the chocolate chips. Yours is just not. It wasn't sweet.
Yeah, I made bread.
It was thick.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very dense.
Okay.
But the chocolate chips helped it. So I will say that. I gave it that a 1. The appearance, I also
It's
gave
a
a
0.
1. It was
The appearance are a 0. You scored me too high with a 1.
it's see-through. Have
They
you
look
noticed
pale.
that? It's
No.
so thick,
Hold on,
but
let me
it's
hold
still
that up.
see-through.
Holy shit, they're translucent.
So
I can still read the chat through this cookie.
okay.
Okay.
So let me give you Frank's review of yours.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Taste 3.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
go.
That's my
Frank's
Frank.
the chocolate chunk
That's
guy.
my Frank.
Yeah.
Okay. Appearance 2.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Better.
Still too
Okay.
high.
So
Praise-
overall, he gave you a 5 out of 10. I gave you a 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair review.
So
So
Cookie-
the average is 3.5. Is that the?
yeah,
To
I'm
be?
gonna give
Okay.
you. I'm gonna give you cookie C
Okay.
actually. So which is Rob's cookie.
Okay. Between you and me, Joe, I'm feeling like.
So taste, I actually gave it a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was dry, but it
Yes.
was not bad.
That's fair.
Very strange appearance. I gave it a 2. It's very yellow.
Okay.
And then Frank actually gave the taste a 3
Okay.
and the appearance a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
He actually said, and I quote, terrible looking.
Okay.
Wouldn't eat unless I had to,
Okay.
but
Didn't need that
overall,
part.
Somewhat I liked it.
He
Okay.
scored. That sounds kinder than what he said to mine.
Yes.
Mine are.
Yours, he said dull taste, lousy appearance.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Okay.
I believe
Dull.
that mine is an average tasting cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cookie B was Joe's cookie.
Yes.
Overall taste, I gave it a 2. It is
Okay.
incredibly sweet.
Okay.
Is that this guy right here?
Yes.
Because we're gonna try these in a minute ourselves.
So you given me, I have the best taste according to you.
So far, yeah.
Okay. Well, who's left?
Well, I gave the appearance for Joe's a 3.
Yeah.
I think his looks most like a regular.
Okay.
This
chocolate
looks like
chip
a
cookie.
real ass
No,
chocolate chip.
I
cookie.
actually think Joe's looks more like a real
I think
chocolate
both of these look
Yeah.
like chocolate chip cookies.
So
to me.
I actually scored Rob and Joe both a 5 out of 10.
So
Well, but
the
here's the
irony of
kicker.
Frank is
Here's
the
the
tiebreaker.
kicker. Frank said about Cookie B, he gave the appearance a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he
look.
gave the taste a 5.
What?
Not only,
Oh,
Frank's
not-
so angry.
Not only did he give the taste a 5, he said, "I really, really enjoyed this.
Did you send him home with some?
I thought the taste was really good, great texture.
Yeah.
Would eat again."
All
Now,
right, this is the
he-
cookie.
I
he
gotta
takes-
taste it.
Okay, I
Okay.
gotta
he was
taste
so
yours.
angry
All right.
upstairs because he thought that that was Rob's
Oh, he definitely
cookie,
did
Yeah.
not want to pick
and it
mine.
did not want to
Oh.
pick Joe's cookie.
I'm not even in the running.
But for the record, Katie, you
I'll
thought
find a
mine
place
tasted
one
the
day where
best.
I'm
Overall,
Just on taste.
Actually, on taste,
You said it.
yes.
I'm happy
overall-
with that.
Oh,
Frank just
Yeah,
yelled from
He's so
upstairs.
pissed.
He just
he just yelled, "Damn
He
it!"
said, "Damn it, that's hilarious."
I actually, I had a tie between B and C, and my dad broke the tie with Joe's cookie.
But
I
you,
mean-
but-
Right.
Okay.
He
But
said
on
it.
taste,
No,
you said mine was the.
her father said that my cookie was as good as a cookie can taste.
Now, Dan Blair,
he gave it a 5 out of 5.
Dan Blair is quoting you
I-
from one of the last
Okay.
episodes. If any of these are edible, you'll know that we cheated.
Hey, the good
So
news is
people are already in chat going, "They're smelling something
Yeah.
rotten with
the
yours."
good news is she was watching the whole
Mhm.
time.
The texture here on Justin's, it's very bouncy.
It's
Oh,
it's
God.
fucking
Spongy.
bread.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes like bread. I tried one earlier. It just tastes like chocolate bread.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
shocker that
God.
Rob's is a weird color since he can't see colors.
That's a
fine.
rough fucking eat.
I think
isn't
it's just the temp. I didn't have it at 375.
it? All right, let's try.
Yours is harder.
I'm gonna try Joe's. I'll try Joe's. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Here we go. Oh my god. Here.
It's not bad, Joe.
It's very sweet.
I accept that.
Not bad though. It's actually a pretty good cookie.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm actually not mad at that.
Yeah.
that's not bad.
No, I think it's fine. I know. I was like,
Hmm.
this is my thought at the end of
try
it.
that.
I was like, if I brought this to a party, someone would eat it. They wouldn't want a second one, and they would forget about it. They wouldn't like remember it as an awful cookie.
Joe's is not inedible.
You said it was
sweet.
a 3 out of 5. That's like a. It's just it's a 40-degree day.
If that cookie was at a party, I would get in the car and I'd say, "Did you try those cookies?"
Hmm.
There was something.
Well, that's a
wrong with them.
1 out of 5 then. That's not a 3
No,
out
if
of 5.
Justin had those cookies, I wouldn't have eaten
And
it.
be like,
Right.
"Oh, that's sweet that you let a special needs
Mm.
kid bake."
I like a cookie, Joe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard to eat.
No, my
Yeah.
cookies at the party. Get out of there because they're filming a snuff film.
Who's your favorite, Justin?
I actually like yours.
Thank you.
These are nice because Joe's is very, very sweet, but
Mhm.
I like stuff sweet. This is actually kind of you know what this kind of reminds me of is a muffin top.
It does.
This
Yeah,
gives me chocolate chip muffin.
I get that.
muffin
Yeah,
top.
that's what I was going for. My interpretation.
Uh-huh.
I feel like mine could be sweeter and Joe's could be less sweet.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Rob's is the best tasting. Joe's is the best looking.
Not even
Justin, though,
comment on mine.
honestly, Justin,
No. Don't pity fuck me right now. This thing is dog shit and should be served to death row.
I just
inmates.
don't want you to be upset.
No. Mm-mm. No.
Are you gonna eat this on your
This is awful.
ASMR thing? That's what they're asking in the chat.
Fuck
Yeah,
no.
you want to
Fine.
eat yours.
No. Mm-mm.
Justin's is actually hard to eat.
It's difficult.
Now,
It's bread. Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Katie,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to guess what you were gonna pick,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought if you're gonna go baking, you're gonna pick chocolate chip cookies. And
you
I thought
that.
I did because she's
Huh.
gonna make something that it's not gonna be exotic, and we never really talked about that. And then I thought if you're gonna go savory, you would have went chili.
Mm.
There's also something
Oh.
that like would have been possible for us to make.
You know what I wanted you guys to make?
Mm.
Huh.
A quiche.
Oh Jesus,
So-
Robbie!
A
So-
fucking quiche.
So
Quiche?
hear me out.
Is there butter in that?
I want you to diffuse this bomb.
Yeah.
For the gentleman that said
Mm.
if we didn't cheat, it was inedible. My original cookies are up there. If you
Mm.
guys would like to try
Katie,
this,
could we try the original?
Can
Okay,
you
this is
go
the
grab
version.
the
I
original?
want to try version 1
okay.
of batch
That's what-
1.
By the way, Rob also has a version 1. We don't have it.
Mm.
So that's
No,
really what
well,
you're competing against.
My
Justin.
first
You tried
batch, I was
batch one?
making like 1 or 2 cookies,
So
and then I wasn't even adding a lot of chocolate chips. I didn't want to waste them
So
on a bad batch.
I made that the first batch, and then I ended up
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I did.
I'm mad I didn't have the
better.
brown sugar because I love brown sugar.
Mm.
Hear
I
that,
didn't
Ariel?
even-
Hear
it
that,
didn't even
Ariel?
occur to me.
Okay,
All right.
these are. Oh wow, Katie's clapping them together.
That's the original.
Oh,
Try that.
That's attempt one. I'm not eating that.
Oh, hold on,
Jesus.
hold on,
That's
Jesus.
attempt
Wait,
one.
this thing is rock hard.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Order in the cookie court. All right. let me
Where do
try
you think you were coming today? The beach?
Is there any sugar in this? It tastes like a cracker.
So here's what I did.
That is still leagues better than my cookie.
I did a 1-to-2 ratio.
Mhm.
It's not sweet enough.
Sugar. I put water. There's
Yeah.
water in that.
Oh, I could taste the water.
Oh, Dan Blair nailed it. He's
Yeah.
like it tastes like a scone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I said that on the.
Yeah.
It
I said
kinda
that, yeah.
does.
It
tastes like a
Let me see.
scone.
Let me see.
Yeah.
mine.
Mm. Oh wow.
Yeah,
I don't hate any of yours.
these are really bad.
Yeah.
It does taste like a scone.
It tastes a little bit like a scone.
Yeah.
You see,
I knew when I
fucking
tasted mine it
quiche.
wasn't right, but
God.
it was like it wasn't unedible.
No, Mudge was not watching me
Mm.
make these cookies. She was at work.
Thank you, Katie, by the way,
Thank you
for
for
doing this,
organizing this. Excellently
organizing
done.
this.
Excellent organization.
So let Frank have his
Hey,
minutes you
Frank.
want.
Excellent pick.
Tell him to
Yeah.
take a dozen home of
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. Tell him Joe will whip up
Tell
a
him
fresh batch
It's
tomorrow.
for $30. You can have the rest.
He'll make him a fresh batch tomorrow. He loved them so much. We'll sell these at a
All
local
right.
county fair.
Do you guys want to do this again?
My God. Yeah. We got to try this again. I think we have to
Do you
just
want to do savory?
go savory next time. Just
Okay.
something. Fucking
We're not
quiche.
doing quiche.
No, we're not doing a quiche. I swear to God, I'll quit this fucking show if we have to do a quiche.
Are you okay?
I dropped this on the floor, but you know.
All right.
something basic. But
So, were you ever getting frustrated, Joe?
So, I will say, when I
Just-
put the water in, Katie laughed. That helped.
Yeah.
It did help.
Mm.
When I put the water in, she laughed, and then I knew not to put it in the next time. But by
Yeah.
the way, I think I would have known that anyway because it was so the consistency of my it wasn't dough.
Well, that's the thing. You could tell
the
that.
original thing I was
we've
doing
all
was-
we've all watched
it
our
was
mom
just
make cookie dough. or something.
liquid.
Yeah.
Was I was
Right.
dropping on the
Yeah.
floor.
Anyway,
my,
hey,
my parents never baked or anything. Even though
Right.
I live with someone that now bakes, which
Right.
shows how much I just give a shit what she does in the kitchen. Oh fuck! Oh boy, mine are coming up.
Hey,
Oh.
all in
You
all,
ate too much of your own.
I think you throwing up actually is the icing on the cake.
That
So,
might be best. I might
let's-
need to reach out to a lawyer in case I
Hey!
personally injure myself. There's no better person to turn to than Randolph Rice and his cadre of merry men at Rice, Mirth, and Pesaurus.
Joe Robinson here from the DLP Agenda to tell you about my favorite member of the Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus team, Joseph Mirtha. We talk a lot about car accidents and slips and falls, but I spent some time this week with my hero, Joseph Mirtha, and he's forgotten more about the criminal justice system than all these other TV lawyers combined. That's right, the Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus team is not limited to helping you with your civil case, but maybe you accidentally lit your neighbor's house on fire. Or maybe you inadvertently drove a car for a month that you kind of quote-unquote borrowed. That's where the expertise of the great Joseph Mirtha comes in. He's been defending since before my wife was a glimmer in Frank Push's eye. My co-hosts like the bread, but as always, I like the meat. Joseph Mirtha, the meat in the Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus sandwich. So if you're in trouble, they're the ones to call. Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus. For the best advice, call Rice or Mirtha.
You're listening to the DLP Agenda.
So that's a first time appearance on the ad. Joe, pimping hard for one. Joseph
Yes.
Mirtha. You know, we all have our favorites. Justin's obviously a big Randolph Rice guy.
Love you,
I'm
Randolph.
always the team of Thesaurus, the Pesaurus, the Thesaurus.
Yeah.
And you're a Mirtha guy.
That's right. He went to Towson State at
he's-
the time, played lacrosse.
look at
Went
you.
there the same time Jerry Sandusky did.
Yeah.
Look at you. And,
The
you,
good one. The
and,
good
been,
Jerry
and been on the
Sandusky.
radio with you.
That's right. And did
Right.
the radio with me. That's right.
Now, I listened to that ad originally. I was like, awesome. And then I listened to it again. And you do say, I want to get this quote correctly.
Okay.
Joseph Mirtha has forgot more about the law than all those TV lawyers combined.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's the line you were going.
No, you're right.
I think the
So-
line you meant to go for
Right. I've
was
forgotten more than they know is what I should
Yes.
have
he's
said.
forgotten
Yes.
more than
Yeah.
they'll all ever
What I was-
know.
But what I instead said was that he'd forgotten more than these other people had forgotten. They
Right.
remembered more.
Yeah.
Right. So all the things that they've forgotten, if you add it up,
Yeah.
he's forgotten
Yeah.
more than that.
And all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh. So let me ask you this.
Rice,
Dead
Mirtha,
serious.
and Dementia.
Dead serious. Do you think anybody else noticed that?
Well, now they did.
They do now.
Well,
I
he's here
noticed it
now.
immediately.
Well, I know you, Robbie. I'm talking about regular people.
I
Mac
didn't notice.
Bergson. Well, Mac Bergson, I think he knows.
Will Randolph Rice,
Yeah.
who's in chat tonight, notice?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are
No
we
way.
liable for slander?
We're gonna get
Because-
sued
yes,
by our
he
own
sues
lawyer.
me. That's
Yes.
right.
Oh, we're gonna get sued by our own lawyer. That
Randolph,
sucks.
is he?
Oh.
Can he just sue Joe? Or are we
And
all
they're
the
the
same
best.
thing?
Isolate us.
Yeah, we're done.
Isolate us, please.
No, I should I correct it? I think I shouldn't. Now it's kind of endearing.
It's kind of sweet.
right.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
I
meant?
think most people know what you were going for.
Right. What I
Yes.
was going for was that he had forgotten more than those others know. So that's
Yes,
just
we
no.
knew what you meant.
Just,
I-
just know as a listener.
Okay,
That's what my intentions were.
I think it should be a theme. Every new ad you plays with
I
him,
insult
you
him.
no, you do a saying wrong that insults him.
This guy wins more cases than he loses.
2 birds in a bush is worth
Yes,
way more
yeah.
than one in your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a bush and 2
Yes.
birds.
If Bryce asks you to shit in your hand and wish in the other, don't worry, because he's going to shit in it for you. Like, hey, what? Yes. No, not that at all.
Can I say something that I forgot to say when we were talking about the? By the way, did you see the pictures from the Mardi Gras party?
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'm in 1.
Yeah.
Justin's in 17.
My
Yeah.
new Instagram profile pic is from that.
Oh, is that
party.
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And
It's not your cookie.
Yes.
I saw Mirtha. I saw the great Joseph Mirtha's
Yeah.
back to me,
Mhm.
and I was like, I should probably go say something. We were headed out, and I'm like, if I talk to him, I'll get stuck here for another 10 minutes. And left.
He'd probably forget talking about
I
it.
didn't
Just
say it.
memories.
Didn't say
Yeah.
a word to him.
Nice photo.
What if I talk to him and he goes, I heard what you said.
Yeah.
I heard what you said.
I heard
Hey,
you
what's
said
your
about my
problem?
memory.
Yeah.
So I got
You trying to say Judge Joe Brown? He hasn't forgotten
dementia.
things.
What is it? The notebook of law. I have goddamn Alzheimer's.
I know we've talked about it on here, but I don't know if you guys remember the story. You know that my father was once asked to be on Judge Joe Brown. Do you know the story?
We've talked about it on the show.
Okay.
I know, but I don't
Shout
know if
out
he's-
to your dad on the Patreon.
How old is
Big
that story,
news.
Robbie?
Big story about
Yeah.
Gramps.
How old?
That story is from like 2002.
I mean, how long since I've told it?
A couple of years.
Okay, so I don't know if Justin was on the show. So here's what happened. My father was suing my brother's ex-wife
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
that's right.
That's right.
4?
for I guess they borrowed some money
Oh,
and
okay.
and she's like, I'm not paying it.
Is that like a small claims court thing?
It's a small claims court. Judge Joe Brown's like, okay, I want you on this. And I guess what happened was they wanted you to be on it, Robbie, and you said I wouldn't do it. And so
Yeah, they were we only want the case if her husband's going to be there.
We're sorry. The producer said there's a 12-tooth minimum. Sorry. That's a shout out to the
Hello.
Patreon. Listen to the Patreon.
And so he didn't do it.
Didn't go on.
No.
It's shot at fame.
That's a miss.
And then he went to regular court and he lost.
That's why he didn't get the Golden Bachelor. Had
He
TV
knew-
producers been able to see him in action, he definitely would have been the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
Do we back to the Bake Off? Does Joe win anything? I mean, should we give him something?
Am I the winner? I guess I
You
am.
I mean, you are-
won.
yeah,
you
you-
absolutely.
I think
won.
you are the winner.
Yeah. Huh.
We only had 2 judges, and Katie was lukewarm at best.
By the way, this is what I would have put in a quiche.
And Frank said it was the best thing he ever had in his
Best
life.
thing
so-
ever.
This is what I would have put in a quiche.
Mhm.
I would have bought a crust, right?
Okay.
I don't think you.
I thought it's a bunch of eggs.
Yeah, there's no. It's the
It's all like
eggs that
egg and
forms the.
diced up shit, right?
No, there's
Yeah.
definitely a crust.
No,
in
you have to
No.
have a crust.
100%.
Oh, I thought it was all egg.
I thought
100%.
the egg just forms the crust.
No,
All
crust.
right,
There's
we're
100% of crust.
We're
in it.
doing
a
quiche talk?
We're doing
100%.
quiche.
They're going to
Yep.
be making
Mhm.
So I
so
make
much fun
that-
of us.
Then I scramble up the eggs, right? So I
Yeah.
put just eggs, maybe put a little milk in it. Then I get some mushrooms.
You get some vegetables.
I get some broccoli.
Or you have
Okay.
a
bacon,
little bit of spinach.
chopped up
I
bacon,
put some bacon in there. I
Okay.
chop it up. I steam the broccoli ahead of time, right?
broccoli.
So it's
Yeah.
soft.
Are you cooking the bacon ahead of time?
I cook the bacon ahead of
Okay.
time, and then I put it into the scrambled eggs that
Yeah.
are kind of, and then I put it in the oven at 350.
On top of the
350.
crust.
All right, on top of the crust.
Yes, yes.
You need,
I
you
pour
need
it
some
in.
cheese on there, Joe.
Oh yeah, cheese.
Oh, cheese. I put
Yeah.
some cheese in there.
Sure.
I wonder if I remembered that.
It's like egg pie, basically.
I think I would have
right?
remembered the cheese.
I think you would have because
Yeah.
you would have said, "What do
Quiche is-
I want on this?"
Now I would have baked it because you guys. I'll bake it at 450,
I think that sounds better.
and I'll book
yeah,
it, and I'll bake it for 20 minutes.
yeah. It's you always just
That's
bake it
what
and
I'm
then
gonna
look
do.
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Robbie, is that
sounds
close?
right.
I think that sounds pretty good. A quiche is really an egg tart, and then you can vary the ingredients.
Do you say tart?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a tart. Because
Oh, okay.
when
I
is-
thought I heard. I thought
yeah.
I heard a D in there.
a pie has a
Okay.
crust on
Okay.
top. A tart does not have the crust.
Joe.
on top.
Okay.
When is the next family event at Katie's family? Is it Easter? Is it her birthday or something?
Her birthday is, as you know, this
Okay.
Friday,
I
and
forgot
we are,
that.
and so we're going to see Nate Bargatze.
Okay, but I mean with the
Yeah.
family.
Brittany wrote in chat, you guys make some shitty cookies, and now you feel all gung-ho about making a goddamn quiche.
Hey, I thought we did pretty well, Brittany. Okay.
Maybe you didn't hear.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
write a murder mystery without ever trying.
Somebody thought that
Yeah.
my cookie was as good as you can
Yes.
make.
Yeah, they thought that Joe stole Otterbots
Yes,
and
they
put them
called
on
me
the
Otis
table.
Yeah.
Spunkmeyer.
Yeah,
But Brittany was watching my story the whole time, just basically saying, "This guy's the biggest idiot of all time."
Holy shit.
Yeah, well, you should have seen
Yeah.
mine.
All
By the way, did you see mine? My single cookie that was baking in the. that
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
did look exactly like a scone.
It did.
and then it
Very
tasted
hockey
exactly like
puck-like.
a scone.
I want to know, when is the next event
Yeah, I'm
at the
getting there.
family's house?
I'm getting there. So this Friday, we're going to Nate Bargatze Thursday,
Yeah.
and then we're going to Baltimore Saturday. But Friday we're spending it with Frank and Chris.
I want you to bake cookies for the house.
I will.
Make
Yes.
a batch,
Hey,
man.
you know, I still have some dough up
Yeah,
there in the refrigerator.
He did, by
Yeah,
the way.
don't
we didn't
change
get
a
into
thing.
that. He saved a ball of dough.
He
We
does.
went to make a drink in between shows. Rob opens up the fridge, and there's this huge mixing bowl and one little testicle of
Yeah.
dough in
Like,
there.
why would you say this? Apparently,
I
because
was
it's the
gonna-
greatest dough of all time.
I was
wanna
going to
get rid
make
of
one
this.
more
Yeah.
giant cookie.
Why don't you start your own business?
Yes, please.
Hey,
Yeah.
nobody know my secret
Cookie
recipe.
stand.
No baking
Yeah.
powder, no salt, no brown sugar.
No, just a wife next to you
Everything's
shaking her head.
cooked
Oh,
at 500 degrees.
Ariel says the Electoral College votes for Rob. So we haven't. Look, I don't accept this results of this election. Okay, it's not a fair election.
Yeah, I'm the
You're
Ross
gonna-
Perot with
You're
this.
going to January 6th
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, we're going to storm the walls of Crumble
Yes.
Cookie.
The cookie insurrection.
Yes. Where were
Show
you?
title.
February 20th, the
Yes.
Great Cookie Insurrection of 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
One
the
thing
way,
is
are we
something
really
get-
doing it again? It's so fucking stressful just to do it once.
Yeah, but I think cooking
we gotta do a
savory is easier because you
wouldn't
don't have to
mind
get
making
exact on like the measurements. and
You want to
shit.
be able to have opportunity 2 and 3
an
like
annual
we did.
thing. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you gotta do
We
one.
did this
I think
once a
every
year.
week. Every week.
That's
Let's do it
fine.
twice a week.
Yeah. God.
Let's go back and do it tomorrow.
Good. Tommy, get ready to fill in. Yeah, I'm saying once a year would be great.
Once a year is good.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it every year? Is our 1 year anniversary of
Yeah,
the
we're-
DLP agenda? We
well,
do,
we
a
do it on the
bake-off?
year
On the
anniversary, yes.
anniversary, we're
Okay.
cooking up a new year
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, I like
and
that.
we're cooking up something next
Yeah.
year that I get a 3 out of 10 on. Yeah.
You got a
that's-
2, by the way.
I got a 2, actually. Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
somebody said an average of 3.
I love when she said 1 because, oh, don't worry, it's out of 5.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
Hey, it's still the lowest possible score I was ever going to give.
Something.
Because I was never going to give
It
0.
was at a 2. It's the
Yeah,
lowest you could
right.
get.
Yeah. I noticed you came walking in feeling too good about yourself. How do we pound that into fucking ash before you go to bed? We don't deal with that 5 days a week from the moment you wake up to you get in your car.
That's the premise of the pie plate closer.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, there you go. Joe, who knew? This all started with making fun of
It
Joe
all comes
at,
around.
at hanging out at
Yeah.
the Japanese steakhouse.
Hey,
Mhm.
Katie's
Yeah.
having herself quite a week. First, she's arranging a hell of a cook-off. Again,
Yes.
hats off to Katie for arranging and setting up everything.
Yes.
And then,
Hashtag DLP Bake-off if you talk about it online.
yeah, please share it. Like everything. Go to YouTube. Like everything. Comment on everything. Like, follow,
Mhm.
subscribe. Then coming up on a week ago or less than a week ago, Friday night was the night. Usually I
Yeah.
stream on Wednesdays. I'll be streaming tomorrow, the 21st, depending on when you're listening to this, every Wednesday, 7 o'clock again on twitch.tv/Justin98Rock. Well, we had Tuesday DC Improv, Wednesday Magoobies. So I
Yeah.
pushed my Wednesday stream to Friday. And I said, for having people wait, we'll do something fun. I'll go longer than I usually do. So I went 2 hours instead of 1. And I said, how about this? I've been meaning to get Tommy Sambazo on, meaning to get Eric on. We'll play an online shooter. We'll play a little Halo.
Love it.
And Katie and Joe got an Xbox. And it comes free with the Xbox. And Katie's been playing it. And Katie's been getting better.
She's getting into it.
She's getting way into it. She was playing it earlier in between shows. And we get online and we all 4 of us squat up and
All 4.
had
I'm not
a
playing.
blast. You're there
Yeah.
Yeah.
next to her. Sort of like what you do on the golf course. Not a horrible shot.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that.
Hey, yeah, real quick, Justin. If you're feeling mad at Katie, you can always rate her Halo playing.
She's good at it, man.
Damn
She's-
it.
Yeah. No, she's actually,
Okay.
she's obviously
Yeah.
a beginner,
Yeah.
but for a beginner, she figures shit out quick.
Okay.
And by the end of it,
She put butter in her bed.
You know what
Yeah,
she
her
does?
machine
part of
gun
the
do?
controller. Yes.
You know what she does that I wouldn't do that I know is the right thing to do?
Yeah.
she will just head straight at somebody and try to kill him and get herself killed.
She's fucking aggressive.
Me,
Yeah.
I would be
You're
hunted
passive.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You're
I
just trying to hide it out.
Right.
And gaming called camping. You camp
Yeah.
and just wait for someone to hopefully run in front of
Yeah.
your gun and you pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Joe's
Oh, no.
playing hideout, not Halo.
Yeah, Katie's got a taste for blood.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
end of the night, all of us were pretty wrecked, by the
Mhm.
way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard some slurred
Nice.
speech on everybody's end. But she's in there. And I think one of the last games, she had like 50 kills.
Yeah, she had 50 kills the last game, but she'll get better.
Mhm.
And then I'm never going to be able to catch up.
Is it turning you
She'll
on?
never beat me in dig.
I know
Dug.
it's turning
Never.
on Justin, Eric, and Tom.
We're in heaven.
Is
No,
it turning you on?
So here's the deal. I enjoy her playing
That
Halo.
she loves to kill so much.
Yeah.
But what I enjoy her playing more is she plays a Sims. Are you guys familiar with Sims?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you just
Okay.
basically simulate someone's life.
Exactly.
She's
And-
pegging her husband every day.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny
Loves
you
it.
say that because I look at her life, the life she's
rims.
building for
Yeah.
herself. It matches in no way her actual life.
Is
I
it-
think it's cool that she made her husband black.
yeah.
Her husband looks nothing like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has kids. She has a house that doesn't look like ours.
Right.
Is that Gus
She's
Edwards?
She has two
Every-
cats.
Everything that she's
Right.
traveling, everything that she wants to really be doing.
Husband's younger than her.
She's she's doing her a reasonable age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Husband can't
She's
make
doing
cookies
that.
worth shit.
in Sims. So I do watch her play Sims, and I get it makes me feel a little,
You
what's
said
the word?
it's sad?
Not sad.
Well-
that basically what she's saying is, I wish I could change everything about
Right,
my
exactly.
life.
Yeah.
Now, this gives me a chance to virtually see what life could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also does this cheat code where she has like $10 million too. She does
Ah,
that too.
yeah. That'd be
You know,
nice.
I don't have that.
You don't?
No.
No.
Okay,
Hey, you
hey.
get this cookie business off the ground.
Should we mention that Katie got a Tesla?
Yeah, she got a brand new ride. the
in
minute we
real
pulled
life,
up,
not in Sims.
not in
Right.
Sims.
It's in
she
the garage as we
has
speak.
a Tesla. That thing is
It's
plugged in.
gorgeous.
It's charging. What year is it?
So it's
pretty new.
I
It's
don't
pretty
know.
new.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 years old, something like that.
Yeah, it's
But-
like 2022, 2021.
But,
Van Arsdale says her Sims husband can control his bowels in public.
for sure. So you know what? They do go to the bathroom and they blur out their genitals. Do you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They wash their dick,
So,
stick in the sink.
I know, Rob, you bought a car not too long ago.
Yeah, a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Man, but buying a car. So what they do is, like, all right, we'll give you X for the trade-in.
Mhm.
And then when you go to, they write up the proposal, the trade-in is $500 less than what they told you.
See, I wouldn't notice.
And
I
is
would
that
just
for,
be
like,
okay?
Cleaning, conditioning
No.
fees.
And
or
then you
what?
go,
Why?
hey, the trade-in is less. They go, all right, I'll
They're
give you
trying to sneak it past you
They'll
because
go-
that's the salesman's
but
profit.
but they also go, I'll give you 500. So no, you're not
Mm.
doing me a favor. That's what you were originally quoted me.
Yeah.
right? And then they go, all right, well, here's your interest rate, and then you get in the back, and it's
Yeah.
like they just keep
because that's
adding
where he
this
makes his
tiny-
money.
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
Should
he
have gone to
came back-
Jones. Should have gone to
You're right,
JonesJunction.com.
He goes, I'm losing $1,600 on this car,
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I putting your family on the
And
fucking
I
street?
go-
Sell me my car.
and I go, look,
How about you lose 2,000?
I,
Yeah.
I really like you, but I don't care.
I don't
I
care.
don't
I don't
give
give
a
a
shit.
I'll
I
never
don't-
see
sure.
you again.
I don't care how much money you lose. Now, here's what happens. She buys the car. They stick it on the charger. Okay.
Yeah.
So what Katie and I are going to do is we're going to go because she has to coach her basketball team, which, by the way,
Mhm.
they suck. They're the worst team
Right.
in the league.
1
by
out
a
of
lot,
5.
right?
Yeah.
We go to the game. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go get the title from the house of the other car. Then we're going to charge the car, and then we're going to head back to the dealership. So we go to the game. We go get the title. We go to the charger. It's not working.
Oh shit.
That's a bad start.
It's
Yeah.
not working.
Sort of
Look down.
important.
We're at like 8% battery life. Okay.
Uh huh.
So
What's the equivalent of that in a car? You've got like 50
the-
miles
the,
to go.
The fuel light's on.
The fuel light is
That's a
on.
good question.
With
The fuel light's
8%
on.
left, what's the miles you get from
The
that?
fuel. I don't remember what the miles were.
Did it show you this many miles
It
till the
does
car
show
just
you that, but
stops?
that's an estimate. The charge is for real.
Do you know what I heard once before? Not to cut you off, but the early gen, like Gen 1. If somebody can confirm, deny this, I know nothing if this is true. But if you ever driven a car to empty and had it crap out on you?
I've driven it to empty and I've never run out of gas.
I'm never run out of
I
gas.
ran a
Knock
gas
on wood of
it-
a
of a
amazing
beautiful new
wood.
table. Yeah. Is a teenager. I drove this Sable and it just kind of sputters and slows, and I just go into the shoulder. The Gen 1 electrics, I think Teslas would fucking lock up.
and that's
You'd-
it.
No, but I mean like 30
Mm.
just stop. Like the things would just
Yeah.
the wheels would seize. And
So
that
enjoy your new
sounds
car.
horrifying. Yeah, as you go launching through the fucking windshield. They can't do that anymore.
Good.
But that sounds a little scary. Or
So-
running out of juice.
So we're
like that.
running out of juice. We go to the supercharger. It can't talk to the car. There's a problem. It says it doesn't recognize. Okay, no problem. So I'm like, well, what do? We got to go back to the dealership. We coast in the dealership. We're at 4%.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
You understand? If we don't go back there, they can't.
Are they close to closing? Is that an issue
No,
too?
it's not that.
Okay.
But they can't get the charger going. You understand? They can't get it.
All
So
right.
they put it on a third charger. Finally, it starts charging. Katie and I have to go sit at Carrabba's in Bowie
Yeah.
for an hour and a half while it charges. It
Are
charges.
you considering backing out at this point?
Well, the issue is there's the issue. The issue was with their charger. They got it on a charger that
Okay.
worked and it charged. Okay. The other issue is that the Tesla has to recognize the payment. Well, now it can. So by the time we get there, it recognizes the payment now. Now we can go to another charger and we can charge it and it'll accept the payment, but we can't leave because we're at 4%. So we go to Carrabba's, we charge it up. Everything's fine now, but it was very, very hairy at the beginning. And our friend Tim, who we mentioned a lot on here,
Not Tim that made the table.
No,
our
not
other
that
friend Tim,
guy.
he was shitting on Tesla, saying, "Oh, the batteries are shit. They're gonna it's gonna
Mhm.
lock up."
Yeah.
And it ended up being true, but not true. Does that make sense? So I was like, "Oh, I can't have Tim be right
No, that's the
about
worst
this
thing that could
battery
happen.
actually
Yes.
being a problem." But it's by the way,
You guys don't have to get a charging station installed, do you?
We
Because I saw you
do.
have an
You are.
adapter.
we do have to get
in
a
the
charging
wall.
station installed. But you know what? People say that if you charge it overnight, we charge it overnight. It puts like 18% battery life on the car. If you charge it just in your regular wall socket.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Is that enough for a
Enough,
day?
it'll be enough to get us over to an actual charging station.
I don't know.
Okay.
You want to just wake up every day and it's a max?
No.
What's this do to your BG bill?
I
Yeah.
don't know that yet.
You're about to find out.
You'll
Yeah.
fucking find out. I
Yeah.
found out when I had that goddamn arcade running around the clock
Mm.
when I got a $600 BGE bill. Like,
Yeah.
I should probably turn off Dig Dug. Yeah, I don't know how that is, but it's the cost. When Katie did the math on it, is
Oh,
that
yeah,
the
no.
cost of ownership because the lack of oil changes?
Yep.
You got a trunk at each end.
And you fill it up.
Definitely
because
more fun to drive.
If you
It's
start
faster.
from 0
Yeah.
to get to 80, I think it costs like $20 to get
And
it.
it goes 0 to 60 in like 4 seconds. Let's take a break. The bonus show just recorded. Here's a little tease.
Relatives that had dentures.
Yeah,
My grandmother on my mom's
Yeah.
side had them. Who
that's
did you know?
way better.
It's better, but we talked about this pre-show. That is work to maintain. You have to clean those things
I
as
thought,
well
don't
as
you
you
just,
already.
don't you set it in a glass of
You
fizzing?
set it and loosen, but you still need to brush them. It's going to loosen
He's
all that
never
stuff.
doing that.
Doesn't he have a spit cup that he keeps
He's like,
around?
I can't even think about the spit cup.
You're going to go over there. They're going to be in a glass of Mountain Dew. You're going to go over. They're going to be in an Orange Crush. I love
that
the
he's
way.
still drinking
I
from.
love the way it makes him taste. He's going to actually reach over in the middle of the night, take a swig of denture water. Dentures are they're a chore, and also dentures fucking stink.
Hey, he doesn't even want to brush his teeth twice a day. You think he's going to take care of dentures?
Dude, this is.
What are we gonna
real-
do?
This is Sophie's choice.
The DLP agenda.
Now, we were talking earlier about you playing alongside Katie when she's playing Halo, and I was listening to you on the feed. The Twitch stream, again, it's going to be tomorrow night, justin.tv or twitch.tv/justin90rock. That video actually ended up taking down because towards the end of it, we did get a little bit sassy. and we're saying some
doesn't
stuff.
sound like you guys.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
but
well.
you were sitting next to Katie, just sort of like, hey, watch out for that guy there. Or, hey, be sure to grab that
I
grenade
like
there.
watching. Well, you guys are there too. I
Yeah.
like doing that.
But you like to be alongside her while
Well,
she's
sure,
doing
I like,
stuff.
and I'm also kind of positive. I think, right,
Yeah.
or root her along, which is kind of annoying because we went to the golf simulator, me, Katie, and Rob, and I don't golf, but I like hanging out with those guys,
Yeah.
and they're golf, and I also like watching. I like watching you guys play.
X Golf in Pasadena. There's one opening in Annapolis this spring. It's a cool place.
Okay, so tell me if this is bad. Katie would hit a shot, right? And she would slice it or whatever. And then when she sliced it, it ended up where she could still the tree wasn't in the way.
Yeah.
She probably had to put it back in the fairway. And I go, well, that's not horrible.
You would say not horrible.
I'd say not horrible.
Not horrible.
These guys start shitting on me as if, by the way, I didn't say not horrible on every shot, but if she had a bad shot and then it was salvageable, I'd say, well, it's not horrible.
Like if you're getting a BJ,
then-
you're going,
Okay.
well, not
But-
my teeth.
It would be like calling, look, for our level of golf, the shots that you were saying were not horrible, That's a shot that I'm like, it's not great, but I'm fine with it
No,
because I'm not in trouble.
No,
I can still play my second shot. I can
Right.
still hit it.
that's
So
what
it's
I
like,
mean. So even when
On
you
our
mishit it-
level of golf, like I know what horrible is.
Right, I
and it's
know.
1,000 miles
Okay,
from
look, but I'm not going to say good shot. It's
No,
not a
there's
good shot.
there's solid, fine, that'll
That
work.
wasn't solid though.
On our level, it is.
No, it wasn't. You hit many solid shots. You put it in the
To
fairway.
me, solid means it's average.
Okay, yeah, but those
Would you
shots,
call-
those shots weren't average. I was saying not horrible.
It's not average for a good golfer, but
If
it's
you-
average for
Right,
our
no,
skill
no,
level.
Listen, okay, so let's say she hit it in the bunker.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm like, all right, well, the pin's only 30 yards away. I go, well, that's not horrible. But you hit it in the bunker, so it's not a good shot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good shot.
Right.
There's something
But
between
it's
good and
also
not horrible.
right. Right. You can say, well, that's not bad, but that's not really apply. It doesn't apply.
Does it sound like the most positive?
If it doesn't,
rooting
no,
for
of
her,
course,
not horrible?
No, I definitely am rooting for her for sure. But what I'm saying is that when that happens, it's like, yes, the shot was bad, but you're not left with a horrible approach shot or next shot, right? So I'd say it's not horrible. And then these guys were acting like I was saying,
Okay.
oh, you're not
Wow.
horrible.
I've seen kids in wheelchairs do worse.
Right. What have you described? I go on a date with a girl. Here's
Yeah.
what she looks like. Well, it's not horrible.
Yes, that's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's different, right?
Well,
But let me just say, if you go,
you're
how
not
about
the
this?
ugliest bitch
How
I've
about
ever had
this?
to gum down a sandwich in
but
front of.
If you said to me, "Oh my God, I just went on a date with the ugliest girl I've ever seen," you show me a picture of her, and I go, "She's not horrible." That's where it would apply.
Okay. But what if I was a 4 out of 10? And let's just
Like one of Justin's cookies.
attractiveness. The 2 out of 10 would be the math on that, Jim.
Yeah.
And then I got a date with a 5 out of 10.
Yes, I would not say not horrible. I would say, hey, she's better looking than the last one.
Okay, but
That's what I would say.
no, I'm the 4. She's the 5. So I'm saying in
I see
golf,
what
I'm
you're
a
saying.
4 out of 10 skill level.
Okay, no, I
So
understand,
that my
I understand
shot-
what you're saying, right? But that's not that. Yes, I know Katie's skill
Right.
level, right? Katie's somebody who, if she practiced, she'd be great at golf.
No, I want to
Yeah.
start playing.
If
Justin,
she
you can come to the
practiced-
simulator because you can hit it off the tee pretty well.
Yeah, if she practiced, she would be great, right? But right now she plays. You know what? The last time she played was
What's
the last time she went to the
Exactly.
simulator.
Yeah.
Before that,
I'm
I
the
don't
only
even
one
know
that
how.
plays a lot.
Yeah.
Right,
And I'm still not any good.
So she'll hit some bad shots, and then I'm not going to
Right.
repeat myself. You get what I'm saying?
I
real
want
quick,
her to say that during sex, though. Not horrible.
You know what?
Hey,
I came close to
Hey,
busting.
if she said not horrible,
Not bad.
You'd be like,
Hey,
I'm doing, getting
not
better.
bad.
There you go.
Oh no, not bad. I would
Yeah.
take.
There you go.
I would 100% take. Yeah, but here's
I
the deal.
see what you were going for with that dick.
So here we go. So it's a lot of this is me and me not knowing my place or whatever,
Right.
but maybe that's the truth about me because yes, I clearly didn't say exactly what I wanted to say regarding the great Joseph Murtha.
Yes.
Apparently not horrible. That's not the best thing that I could possibly
Right.
say. And
Rude.
Then something I didn't even know that was going on. So Rob just told me today that I didn't necessarily nail this conversation. But we have a friend who's, I guess he's a former comic. He's not a comic anymore. Chris
Okay.
White.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
He's his wife is an owner or owns the DC Improv.
Right.
He famously ran or runs DCStandup.com, which
Yeah.
we consider to be the yellow pages of comedy. When you first began
Right.
around here, I'm not sure about you during the, was it Winchester's? What was the name of the place?
Yeah.
There was a Winchester.
It was called Winchester's.
And Baltimore.
Yeah,
in Baltimore.
Water Street or whatever.
Yeah, but in maybe a little bit post that era,
Mhm.
he ran the website where if you had a show to
Yeah.
promote,
Yeah.
a video to upload, or
It's
an
also
open
where
mic,
you went to find
Right.
the
that's
open
where
mics,
you
yeah.
went. And Chris White was responsible.
And now he works with the improv and
Yeah.
marketing promote.
But anyway, I
all that
also
stuff.
he's a super smart guy. We
Mhm.
have the same sensibilities regarding politics, and he also is a TV file. So I always like to figure out what he's watching because I know that if he's watching and enjoying it, that's probably something that I'm
Right.
going to enjoy. It really is a compliment to him, right? The idea
No,
of being-
I know that.
right. I
yeah.
know we'll
Yeah.
get there.
Mm.
So right now there's nothing good on television. I tried to watch. I'm 20 minutes into the second to last True Detective. God, it's so bad.
I
you know what?
finished it. It's
oh, can I spoil it?
Sure.
I'll save you the fucking time.
Do it. Yeah, but
Say,
hold on.
By the way, we're going to spoil True Detective.
Robbie,
Robbie
play
hit the thing.
yeah.
Robbie hit the thing. I watched.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
You want to take it, or do you want me? I watched the clip on my phone. of
Yeah,
the
it's
moment.
just all the women that they're the janitors that they just killed everybody.
every
and,
woman-
and they're allowed to get away with it. 'cause-
Every woman in town was
yes,
the killer.
Yeah.
What?
Watch
Yeah,
it.
There you go. Sorry,
Every
to
woman
spoil
in
it,
town
Joe.
was the
Yeah,
killer.
there you and they get away
The
with
women were tired of being what? The patriarchy?
it. The company that was polluting the air or whatever.
There was no
So-
bad guy.
And
It was
they're-
all the
and
women
and
in
they,
town.
and they killed. They avenged that those guys
What
killed
about
the
making
woman.
the people walk off into the snow? What about the people?
They
that
did that.
They made them do that.
They
All
did
the
that.
women held them at
And,
gunpoint.
and
in a
rather than
mob.
fight back, they just did that.
They just said, "Okay, I guess
And
we'll go
what
freeze to
about
death."
the
Instead of
guy-
stealing a rifle
Because
from
they
a
killed
night-
the woman that yeah. Look, it doesn't make any sense.
God,
Okay.
man, what?
Sorry to spoil it for you.
No, not
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Thank God you just
Yes.
told me that, so I
Right.
don't have to.
There's no
It's
payoff.
some of the most
Right.
dog shit television. If I was able to get a refund for something I didn't pay for, I'd
Yeah.
still like
Yes.
to ask. It's so
I'd
horrible.
like a time
Oh,
refund.
And by the way, at the end of it, by the way, they tack on one last little. No, we're just like season one. A guy who they've been looking for the whole
Yeah.
time, Raymond Clark. He says, and time is a flat circle.
They just
He says
shoehorned
it,
it in
he
there.
just they crowbar in
Yeah.
a time is a
Mhm.
flat circle line. It's so fucking eye rolling. It might be one of the worst things HBO has done in a decade.
It is
You're not
embarrassing.
you're not loving the last season of Curb so far.
I
Yes,
love the last
no.
season of Curb.
I'm loving the last season.
Last
of
season
Curb.
of
Right.
Curb was great.
But by the way, when I talked to him, I hadn't even seen episode 2. And I didn't love episode 1. Episode 1 was fine. We talked about it a lot on here about the glasses. Episode 2 is so fucking hilarious. Episode 3 is just as funny as
Yeah.
episode 2.
Right.
So yes, I'm loving Curb, but when I talked to him, I had only seen one episode. I was watching True Detective. I'm trying to remember what else. And I was talking to him. I go, everything I'm watching is horrible.
Griselda is what it's
I
called.
don't enjoy. I know
Yeah.
these guys liked it. I didn't love
Yeah.
Griselda. There's nothing. I'm not enjoying anything. So I see Chris White 3 times a year. I
Yeah.
go, hey, what are you watching?
Give me something.
And before he could answer, you say, "I watched True Detective, absolute shit, Griselda, absolute
Yeah,
shit."
yeah.
And now I'm like,
Reacher shit.
well, now
yes, I
you
did say that.
Yeah.
but
Now he likes
now
Griselda.
you shut down that conversation because what if he liked those shows? Is he going to say anything?
I don't know what to recommend
Or is
to
he
you if
not?
you like that
So
Well, it's funny you
I-
say that because I did the last time I talked to him.
I wouldn't be commit so hard. I would say I'm
understand
not
what you're
really
saying.
feeling it.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But because the last time I did that, I stepped in it the
Right,
last time.
and that's I remember that.
Because the last time I go, he goes, "What are you watching?" I go, "I'm hate watching."
Yes,
True
hate
Det-
watching.
I'm
Right.
sorry, I am hate watching The Walking Dead.
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
now
rough.
these guys, they love The Walking Dead.
yes, right.
They like. I mean, I'm talking about post.
Yes,
Carl post.
they watched it to the.
What's the guys? What's the
The
sheriff's
governor and
No. What's the
Negan.
main guy's name?
Rick Grimes.
Yeah,
Rick,
past
yes,
Rick. They
yeah,
yes,
Michonne, past
They're
Michonne,
watching all that. They love it. Matter of fact, Rob said they were going on social media talking about it.
Yeah. I don't
posting
remember, but
about
I
it.
Are
probably
they
did,
watching
yeah.
the spin-off shows?
They're
I know,
watching the
I know,
spin-off
they're
shows.
having a
God.
new one with Rick and Michonne coming
Yeah,
back.
They're
yeah.
watching
I ain't
all
watching
that.
any of
I'm
that
with you,
shit.
Joe. I quit that shit.
No,
I
no,
quit
no.
Nothing to do
Let me
with
tell you
that
something.
shit.
And this is the truth. The last season was good. I'm kid you not.
I
last
did
season-
hear that.
The
Yeah.
last season of True Detective that no one watched was good.
What,
It
season
was.
3?
No. The last
True
season.
Detective?
No. I'm sorry.
You said True Detective. Okay, Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yes.
That
Sorry.
I did not watch.
Yes.
All right.
The last season of Walking Dead was good, but Rob was right. The first thing I said is that I'm hate watching a show that not only does he like, he loves it. He's,
It's getting the conversation off.
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I have something that I forgot to add on the list. I meant to say it the other week. So in our latest murder mystery, we have these Pop-Tart bites that is the murder weapon, essentially. Spoiler alert. And the flavor we needed was hard to purchase. And I had to go and buy like a 3-pack of like, which basically,
Yes.
10 times what we needed. And rather than get it shipped to because you were going to do the murder mystery without me, the first one in the Bright Box. So it made sense to ship it directly to you.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, I didn't do that. I shipped it to my apartment, and it was supposed to get there plenty of time. And there's a package room, and it says it's there, and I go in there and I can't find it. It's very crowded in there, and I go, okay, I don't need to get it till tomorrow, and I'll look later. And then I go back the night, I still can't find it. I'm like, this is fucking weird. It says it's left in the package room on the Amazon app. And then the next day I'm going there, and now it's the day of. I need to give it to you, and I'm in there with another guy who's looking, and he can see that I'm frantic, and I find it, and I was assuming it would be in a box that says it's an Amazon box, so you have no idea what it is,
Yeah.
but it's in a giant Pop-Tart box.
yeah.
So it appears
Yeah.
that I was like, dude, I gotta have this package, and it's 75 Pop-Tarts.
Jesus.
So now I say nothing because it's a dude, but then I was thinking, what if that's a hot chick? What do I say? Because if you
Yes.
start to try to explain it, See how dumb this sounds.
Yeah.
No, I don't really love Pop-Tarts. I have this murder mystery,
Yes.
and somebody dies with a Pop-Tart. It starts getting even
You sound
crazier.
schizophrenic.
Right. So I don't know what I would have done. I
So-
probably would have tried to explain it, and then I would have just made it worse.
Let me tell you
I
what-
would have just said it's a prop for a show I'm doing.
Let me tell you another scenario that's
Yeah.
just like that. This story is 25 years old.
Okay.
Okay. Our friend Vegas is in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
He's one of 2 people remaining in a Survivor League.
This is an NFL pool where you have to pick one team each week that will not lose. You cannot pick the same team twice.
That's right. So he has, if the Dolphins are playing the Jets, he has to take the Jets. I don't even remember what team was good, whatever.
Sure.
He has the Jets.
Mhm.
Okay. He's up there and he's
In a casino.
He's in the casino. He's at the blackjack table. There's a guy sitting next to him and he's distraught because the Dolphins are winning. Okay. He's going, oh God. Game's over. He goes, guy goes, what's the matter? He goes, I just lost $3,000 on that game. The guy goes, what was the spread? He goes, I don't know. So the guy clearly thinks he was lying.
Yes, of course.
He
Yes.
didn't explain it. He said nothing.
Yes.
He said he lost $3,000 on the game. The guy asked him the spread. He doesn't know the spread. Of the game.
If you bet $3,000 on a game, you know that
Of
spread.
course, yes.
Every, the
You
prop
know-
bets about
you
that
know
game.
the spread.
Yeah.
So
So when are you going to start watching? I mean, you
Yeah.
have an option. Is there anything moving forward?
Well, I mean, obviously we're watching Curb. I don't know.
You know
man.
what looks good? Shogun on FX. You've seen-
Okay, I saw the.
like every episode looks like a movie.
the new Roadhouse
Roadhouse.
movie.
Roadhouse
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
coming out. Jake Gyllenhaal, our buddy Roy Scovel's got a special. Comes out on
Yep.
Friday on HBO Max.
Yeah, he's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel this week.
He's going
Nice.
to Kimmel this week. Nice,
The
excellent.
Last Airbender, I'm going to watch. That's coming out
How
on.
about- How about
on-
Love is Blind?
I love Love is Blind.
The new season is out.
It's so great. It's
I feel
awful
like
television,
I
and
feel
I
like-
love it.
Everything I need to know about it, I've already seen on clips of on.
Yeah. Well, there's still more to come, but yes, you could probably
Everybody-
catch up on clips.
in the world knows the girl that said she looked like Megan Fox.
Yes.
I even saw some girl do a
Yes.
commentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Because the girl was so right.
Our cookies look closer to
right.
to friggin' Nestle Toll House.
But what she did was they could tell based on the conversation that she wanted to say she looked like Megan. People say she looks like Megan
Yeah.
Fox. Because what she said was, she said, who do they tell you look like? She asked him that.
Right.
And he said whatever he said. And then she said, he goes, who do they say you look like? She goes, well, I don't think this is true, but people tell me I look like Megan.
Never should have
Okay.
said that.
Now,
shit.
of course, first of all, she wanted to say it or she never would have
Yes.
brought that
Right.
up, right? The second thing is that she also wanted to give herself a safety net by saying, I don't think that's true.
but
but
don't
meanwhile,
even bring it up.
It's important because if he thinks, because apparently the other
He got excited immediately
apparently the other girl was super
that
hot.
he was choosing
Yeah.
between.
Right.
She
And
was.
this
Yeah,
one
right.
looked like, she looked a little more like Rocky Dennis than she looked like Megan Fox, right?
Hell yeah.
Here's the thing. That girl, I can kind of understand if you look at her from like just the eyes.
Right.
Why it's
But you don't. You
they
want to.
can't say that.
You want to under promise, over deliver.
Yes.
Correct.
When someone's going to see you for the first time, you
Listen.
want them to think you're a 4, and if you're a 6,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, I'm happy."
Set him up for Rhea Perlman and get Rhea Ripley.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was younger, people used to say I look like Jerry Seinfeld. I don't look like him anymore.
No.
When now people tell me I look like Nicolas Cage, I would not say that. People tell me I look like Chris Elliott. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Go with
I'm
that.
going with Chris Elliott.
Nowhere to go but up. Yeah.
Yes, I
But
love it.
Rob, if she had said she looked like Rhea Perlman, he would have picked the other girl.
Yeah, he would have. Hey, come out to Magooby's Joke House, February 29th. Myself, David Keckner, the Office Trivia Show with the Real Top Backer. It is close to selling out. It will sell out. Then also Double Dip or come on Friday the 1st, Saturday the 2nd. 2 shows stand up each night. We'll be on the radio, JSS, that
You mean
Thursday
March?
morning.
Oh, sorry. It's Friday.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
Feb 29, March 1 and 2. There's leap year, so
That's it.
we get a Feb 29. Then April 4th back at Magooby's, we've got
Seinfeld trivia.
trivia.
It's already
Josh Spiegel.
selling. We got to start
Yes.
putting together another gift prize pack. The one that
Absolutely.
we did, we set the bar. Katie
Oh,
set the
Yeah.
bar. Huge last
Maybe
year.
we'll
Big-
bake a black and white cookie.
we'll get you sick. Seinfeld trivia. DialAughingProductions.com. There's a new episode of the DLP Agenda Patreon. Enjoy. We'll talk to you again next week.
Later.
See ya.